Welcome, welcome, welcome. I would like to welcome everyone to a session on a Friday evening and session on a Friday morning for our friends joining in from US. We are extremely excited to bring you another session of knowing about what are the kind of new developments, what are the kind of new things which are coming in the area of legal tech. We are super excited to bring you a fresh, out of the oven tech that you are going to see in very few moments. Before we get into understanding the tech, we want to first go ahead and have a round of introductions. So here I am, Vishwarup Ghosh. I am part of the Technology Council Foundation, and along with me is joining Devarshi Mukherjee. Devarshi, hi.
Hey, Visharu.
Hello. And with us joining today is Sanjay Ghoshal. And Sanjay is going to give an introduction about Sanjay. Sanjay, hi. And along with us is joining Sanika. And Sanjay and Sanika are the developers of PDFquery.ai. So without waiting further, we want to get started and want to understand, want to know how exactly what they have developed in the space of legal tech. Now, before we get into that, um, legal tech is definitely changing the way the legal departments, the law departments, and us lawyers are working today in this particular world. It's immensely creating optimization for the lawyers. It's creating new spaces, the way that we work with the the newer texts that are coming in. And what is making here is what is coming out here is it's actually making our life a lot easier. So, before getting to see what you have built, Sanjay and Sanika, we wanted to understand, give a little bit of flavor about yourself. Tell us, your background in building legal tech or maybe product in general, and what your journey has been so far.
Thanks, Bishwarup. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining this session. My name is Sanjay Ghoshal. Along with me, I have two colleagues, Sanika and Madhura. I don't see Madhura actually. Anyways, yeah,
Yes,
there.
yes.
Um my background is I've been a management consultant for over 2 decades, and since last 10 years, I've been in technology and in the world of startups. This particular company, the company's name is Smart Pulse. Smart Pulse was incorporated around 2 years back, and we are the first tech company got incorporated in Gift City, Gujarat. Um, and of course, our parent company, Decimal Point, is around 20-year-old company. We are working in the area of technology, automation. Um, we have been primarily working in the area of finance and legal. Uh, Recently, around 2 months back, we launched this company, this product called PDF Query. But why PDF Query and what is Smart Pulse? Let me give you a little background. So, the idea of ours to create Smart Pulse is to build, to help our clients build data as a source of competitive edge. Meaning, we know that technology, there is a rapid development in technology which is happening. There are things like big data, AI, ML, generative AI. We hear about chat GPT and other stuff, but everything is dependent on a lot of data. And today, while data is available, but data is not often available in immediate usable form. Meaning, we can say data is oil, but oil needs to be refined before you start using crude oil. in the form of diesel or petrol or whatever. Similarly, data needs to be refined, and that's where we created this company. And our idea is to build a platform, a suite of data apps uh, that will help anyone solve their data problem. You need data, use one of the apps and you should be able to use any sort of data whatever you have and do your work. You do your further analysis or get make your viewpoint based on that. And we thought that legal space is a very important space where legal community deals with a lot of data, and that's where we started building some products. And one of the first product which we built is PDF query. uh, what Let me request Sanika to talk about PDF query, as she is the main brain behind building this product, and then Madhura can give you a short demo of the product. So Sanika, over to you, please.
Yeah, thank you, Sanjay. So, hi everyone. My name is Sanika, and I
Hello.
am hi Vishwaru, hi Devarshi. A little bit about me. So, I am also a serial entrepreneur. Artist at heart, entrepreneur in brain. This is my second startup, and I'm quite excited to be building solutions for real world problems. So, what I'm going to do is now I'm going to tell you the problem we set out to solve for this product. Uh, what kind of solution we are offering to the problem, and what value we are adding to the world. So here's the problem: 35% of a lawyer's time, on an average, goes in spending time with documents like document reviews or trying to find specific information inside documents. Sometimes they are big, bulky documents on a person's lap, or they're digitized documents, and there's a lot of it there. And 70% of people are overwhelmed by the amount of data there is. There's information overload, right, in today's world. And that means that at least 10 hours every week, a lawyer is just spending trying to figure out, find the right information in the right document. So we asked ourselves that does it need to be this way? Why is it that when we think about data and documents and paperwork, we are always putting so much hard work, effort, manual efforts? So, can we do away with that? Can we cut it down from 10 hours to 1 or 2 per week? Was the inspiring idea behind this. So, here's the solution. What if we told you that each person who works in law has a personal legal assistant for them? But the twist here is that the assistant is AI.
Okay.
Alright. So you could take any document and or multiple of them and you upload that, and then you ask questions. All right. So it and then you get answers back. So it's like consulting a colleague or messaging them on WhatsApp. So you're just going to have a back and forth conversation with your documents. You're texting your documents essentially. All right. And it can be any type of document. It could be a contract, it could be any kind of case law, legal opinion, briefs, practically anything under the sun, as complicated or long or bulky as you want it. And you can ask it whatever you want. So you could say, you could ask it for a specific clause in a particular contract. You could ask it that can you provide a case law that will help me strengthen my argument in court. Let's say there's a new paralegal or an assistant that has joined your firm, and you want the assistant to get up to speed really quickly. So the you just feed in the documents, and the person will learn on their own, right? So this is the solution that we are offering for the problem, and happy to also share that we are excited about this. This will be one of many conversations we're going to have, because we have a roadmap in mind specifically for the legal community. So we are thinking about how can we solve problems specifically in law, and we are happy to be here today.
So, Sanika, just one question, right? Just wanted to understand, and though you've covered it a bit, but are you targeting specifically, the lawyers, the in-house counsels, the outside counsels, the law firms, or could it be, new startups who don't really have a legal team, but could also, would for their contract compliance, right, would also need some kind of an input from that. So if I may ask, who's your specific target for this?
Well, the good news is everybody. So anyone can use this. There's no specific this thing. Everyone can use it. In house or small startup, big team. It's for everyone's use.
Okay, so you don't need to understand the contractual language, the legalese, but it is more conversational in common tongue.
Yes, definitely. But the you can say the capability is strong enough that it can understand the context of what you are asking and be able to get the answer which is relevant for your context. So it's able to understand the legal aspects and exactly what are the nuances of the questions that you're asking pertaining to law.
Okay.
Very interesting. So, I mean, the proof is always in the pudding. So, what we are going to do
Definitely.
here is we are going to request you guys to go ahead and give us a small demo of what exactly you are talking about. Okay. And then, of course, I mean, if we have some questions beyond that, we are going to we are going to ask post that. Yeah, sounds good.
Sure.
Perfect.
Definitely. I'd like
That's
to ask my colleague Madhura, the product manager for this product, to show you the product capabilities.
Fantastic.
All right. Thanks, Anika. Thanks, Vishwadeep. Allow me to share my screen. Hope it is visible. Let me know if it isn't.
it is
Yes, we
visible.
All
can.
right. All right. So let's see PDF query in action. Just a second. So you can start using PDF query right away by going into the website. And in just 3 simple steps, you can start getting the insights that you're looking for. You just have to visit our website, upload the documents, ask the desired questions, and get your insights right away. And while this tool is for everyone, for whoever deals with documents, one or multiple, we are today going to focus on how it can make life easy for legal professionals. All you have to do is sign in to PDF Query. Upon sign in, you can see a very intuitive and clean UI wherein you can go ahead and upload one or many documents. So you can get insights across multiple documents as well. Once you upload the document, you can see that the tool allows you to view the document inside it. So you do not have to keep on switching from one screen to another from your PDF to the tool to access the information. It allows you right in front of you. Now let's see what it can do in terms of getting us insights. You can ask PDF query about generic question like asking it to summarize documents for you. It gives you a comprehensive answer to your question. At the same time, you can ask PDF query some really pointed questions, which and for which it will give you contextual answers based on the context and the document that you've provided. One powerful capability that this tool has that it can allow you to have conversation in 14 Indian languages and almost 20 international languages. So your document can be in one language, but if you choose to query it in a language of your choice, you can go ahead and it will answer you the question in the language that you've asked. So it will go through your document, understand the question, understand the context of it, translate the material for you in the language of your choice, and provide you the answer in that. So knowledge from across the globe now becomes very easy to access. Another powerful thing that the tool does for you is that it can do sentiment analysis. Imagine for a legal transcript, you want to understand how in which direction the case is going. You can ask the tool to do a sentiment analysis for you as well. But now what happens when we ask a question that is outside the context of the document that you've provided? It gives you a clear indication that there is no answer for this question in the document that you're provided. So you'll never have to worry about getting any kind of misleading information. You can always rely on the answers that you're getting out of PDF query. So that is the beauty of it. And as mentioned by Sanika, that the use cases even for the legal professionals are multitude. May it be onboarding new employees or just understanding a case, getting up to speed with your recent cases. All of this can be easily done with PDFquery.ai. That's it from my side, and we are now open for questions.
Fantastic. I mean, I have a question. My first question that comes to my mind there, guys, is does it also, I mean, is it possible to ingest into the system PDFs which are locked? Or is this something that, we will have to avoid? Because, a lot of documents that we end up working with essentially are locked with some passwords or some kind of codes. So is this something that is required in the first place to remove that sort of a lock? I mean, is this what is it that have you
Yeah,
looked
that's an excellent question, Biswa. And of course, we've given a thought about it that this is something that is highly required. And that is why it is in our roadmap and it is going to, this feature is going to be launched very soon. So you'll be able to deal with locked PDFs as well.
at?
Um, yeah. Madhura, I have a question. So these contracts are kind of the basis of everyone's business, right? And businesses are wary about the confidentiality of these documents. So how do you ensure maintaining the confidentiality of the documents? Like where are the documents processed? And how do you actually maintain the confidentiality?
Excellent question. Uh, First of all, we take data security and privacy and confidentiality matters like this very seriously, and we understand the gravity of these issues, and that is why we always ensure that the data is encrypted and it is converted into vector format. It cannot be traced back to the source, and that the privacy is maintained and the data is not used for any kind of third party applications. So that is the insight. I invite my colleagues also to throw some more light on it if required.
Yeah. So normally, unless you allow us, we will not like to save any of your data. And whatever data comes to the engine, it comes in the form of vector format. In technical terms, it's called vector format. But we do understand that sometimes even vector format can be re-engineered. So we make it encrypted vector format so that we make it completely non-re-engineerable. You cannot get the source of the data at all. But going forward, within a week's time, we are launching something specifically for legal professionals that you will be able to create your own library. So suppose you load the data, you will be able to create your own library, and this library will be only be accessible to you, not even to us. It will be kind of a vault where your data will be secure.
Okay. And if I may ask one more question, it's really interesting that you mentioned about indifferent queries in different languages, right? Or responses in different languages. Do you currently also have the capability, or is it in a roadmap that contracts or PDFs which themselves are in a different language, and can you do a query on those?
Yes, that is currently happening. You can upload PDF in all the supported language, and you can query it in a different language. That is already in place.
Okay.
Yeah.
And sorry, one more question. I know I've been asking a lot of questions, but I think another thing that we face, right, within the in-house teams, especially, I'm sure law firms also face this. Connecting documents like there's an MSA, and then there are SOWs, right? So we will want to refer, from the SOW to the MSA, and how those are linked. is that something also you would do where you have a tree of contracts, right? One MSA, 10 SOWs under it, maybe 20 addendums further. Is that also something that you're able to gather through like weaving through different documents?
So currently, what PDF query can do for you is that it can take multiple documents and it can give you cross insights as well. So it can refer the entire material as a holistic, you know, vault, and it can give you insights not just restricted to one document but multiple document. In terms of hierarchy, that is something that we've kept in for roadmap.
Okay. Okay.
So I have a question here, guys. I know you have named this as PDF query, but can this handle any other type of document? I mean, say for example, if it is a Word document, or is possibly an image file. Of course, you spoke about the locked part of it already earlier, but is it possible to handle or ingest any other type of document in this? Number one. And second is there any limit to the number of documents that can be put in where a reasonable amount of information can be drawn out of it? Or I mean, is it possible to do it with one document, and is there a limit to the number of documents that can be put into this?
All right. Both are awesome questions. And the good news is one, we are very soon coming up with the facility to upload not just Word doc but CSV files, and we'll soon also integrate multiple applications, softwares, and as well as databases. So you will be able to have access to multiple data repositories and query the data simultaneously from it. So you that is going to become a very powerful tool in very near future, that you can access data from multiple different sources and combine them and use and create insights out of it. So that's for your question number one. And for the second question regarding the limit of how many files that you can process, we are increasing it regularly. At this moment, very easily it can process 5 files, but in a week's time that limit is going to escalate much further.
As if I may come in over here,
Yeah, please.
as I was sharing that we are building a private library for you, and that library will have a lot of, meaning they will give you a capability to store many files. Meaning the upper limit will not be there; it will be dependent on what kind of storage you would like to have, and you can have as many files as you want. And as Madhura is saying, doc and other things will be available to you very soon. And very soon means we are talking about month of March itself. We're
Fantastic.
introducing.
Fantastic.
Uh,
Okay.
Only one thing is it has to be legible enough. Anything which it reads has to be legible enough. Sometimes handwritten bills or something, handwritten, let's say, documents may not be legible. So other than that, scans of typed documents, so to say, should be able to handle very soon.
And sorry, one one further question. You call it PDF query, right? And from this, what I'm seeing is different. It's able to pick out different clauses, tell you what's there in those clauses. Is it possible? I mean, for it to be run on non-legal documents as well, right? Or it's like trained specifically for legal. I mean, for example, I could have like information security documents attached to legal documents, right? Which may not be purely legal, but at the same time, sometimes there are these clauses on indemnity, etc., within those documents as well.
Right. So the reason we have termed it PDF query is because it can take any PDF under the sun and process data out of it. So it does not, limit its capabilities only to one specific kind of PDFs or one specific sector of knowledge. So any kind of PDF, if it's readable, it can process and provide you the insights out of it.
Any other questions? So we have got also Pranay joining us on the stream as well. I'll just
Hi,
go
Pranay.
around and ask if anyone has any other question. Devarshi, Pranay.
Yes. So I yes. One question that I have. So one question that,
Maybe you can type your question as well if there
Maybe,
is a
yeah,
slide.
maybe it will be better off if it gets typed. Sorry. Little bit of distortions happening here and there. Well, I mean, in the meantime, I think I have got another question. I mean, if you could give us a little bit of flavor, what I mean is this built up in any sort of a foundational model? I mean, did you go ahead and use any sort of open source model out there, or is it something which is in-house developed at your end, Sanjay? You know, if you could give us a little bit of an understanding about it without maybe going into too much of details, but what is happening at the back end of it? Is it something that you have developed on your own, or how that has worked out?
Yeah, interesting question. Actually, although we, this large language models, LLMs as we call it. Um, so currently we are using OpenAI's LLMs, and we basically there is we have our own model which is trained for reading PDFs, and then we refer to OpenAI's LLM. But we have in our roadmap, maybe in 6 to 8 months time, we will have our own LLM which will be trained.
Understood. I'm just going to spell out Pranay's question. Sorry, there was a little bit of distortion. So Pranay goes on to ask that is this something which can also read in data, in the sense, can this read in say balance sheet where there would be data which will be there, and can it give out a logical answer when it encounters data? Is it possible to
Yeah,
do that?
yeah. It's a very good question. Currently, it is not able to handle data, but again, as Madhura was saying, it's a matter of possibly another 15 to 20 days time. It should be able to read balance sheet data, everything. And we are also coming out with an associated product. The name of the product is docx, where you can feed any kind of document, and it will give you data separately, and it will give you text separately. So not only query, but it can give you summary of data and text, everything. So another maybe 15 to 20 days time, you will have the product will have this capability.
Well, I
So
can say for sure that we are going to keep a watch on how this develops. This is
yeah,
absolutely going to be a pleasure for us to keep a track and then go on to use it. Just before we close this, if you could tell us how this is priced for a user, in the sense, what is the kind of pricing model that you have worked out, and if a user who is watching this, or is going to watch at a later point of time, if they want to start using it right away, so how are you supposed to, how would you say that, they start using it? And after you take that, I have one question on YouTube as well, from Vandana. So maybe you should also take that up. I'm going to put it up on screen as well. Yeah.
Sanika, before we go into the pricing part, would you like to comment on this one? The accuracy rate of the analysis?
Sure. Thank you for the question, Vandana. So, you know what, accuracy is a bit tricky to comment on because it depends on the quality of the input data. So, you give us a readable document, we could do a fairly good job. So, there will be no issues. But if you give us a illegible document, then we will face issues. That is the thing. But we are also working on, having deep learning and OCR capabilities within the products. Even one day that will not be an issue. But yes, it like all AI ML technologies in the world, garbage in is garbage out. So the better quality the data, the better quality the output.
Sanika, I think the questions will not stop coming. I have got another question for you. In fact, this is from one of our in one of our WhatsApp groups that we have now received this question. That I mean, what is the kind of biggest challenge that you are trying to solve in the longer term, in the, say the next 9 to 12 months period? If you can speak about, and what's the kind of biggest challenge that you are trying to solve with this product? Is there something that is there in your mind?
The challenge that we're trying to solve is, first of all, data is located in various different formats, different places, right? That is the first challenge. Second is data retrieval takes a lot of time, which is why we want to create that repository and provide data to you. And third is, of course, the layouts of the contracts, like what if it is a scanned document? So we want to have inbuilt OCR and deep learning capabilities that are able to actually get information from various scanned documents and fetch tables from financial reports and what more. So those are the three main pillars that we are trying to focus on.
So if I may
Fantastic.
just add on, see data as Sanika was suggesting, as Sanika said, data typical issues data has is data comes in various formats. It could be structured, it could be unstructured. Uh, Structured means, let's say, an Excel file. Unstructured could be PDF, could be mail, could be anything. Um, Data could be located in various places, various file formats. Our idea is you need data to make a decision or make some kind of analysis. Our product or set of products should be able to give you that in minutes time. And the biggest thing is, for you to do this, you don't necessarily require any technical knowledge. Anyone should be able to use it. It should be very, 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 very simple to use. And over and above that, we are the world's first company to offer managed services. If someone says that, okay, we don't even want to do that, can you guys manage it for us? And we said, okay, fine, we'll do it for you. So both the options. It's the ease, speed. These are the two things which we want to do for data.
Um, yeah, one more, sorry. I know there are like so many questions, and it's a really good tool, and we should really commend you for this. But so in enterprises, right, in large organizations, they would want some kind of an SSO integration with tools, right? Question one, is that some, a capability that you have or currently thinking of, uh, getting, developing? And second question is, working in in-house teams, if there's something that you find in the document, it's not a legal issue, but you would want let's say the delivery team to comply with. There could be SLAs, etc. Is there a mechanism in which you could, ping from the tool itself the delivery guy or any other person within the organization?
Sure. So I'll take that. First of all, SSO is something that we're thinking about. We do recognize it will make the life of various companies much easier. SSO, and as well as being able to manage a collaborative environment, so team management facility, of course, that is on our roadmap. And the second question that you asked, could you repeat that, please?
Yeah, sure. So basically, the different contract management tools that we see, right?
Yes.
Let's say there is
Right.
a particular workflow, and I'm just reviewing the contract in the hindsight where the contract is signed, right? And I
Yes.
want a particular team member to look at a particular clause because that's the obligation on the organization to comply. And in the tool itself, I can do at the rate that person's name and ping him or her, right? So that they can, come and see that, okay, this is the clause that he's referring to, and I need to ensure that I comply with that.
It's an interesting proposition. We'll think about it, whether we want to provide it on the front end or not. But what, in our experience, we've understood is that this will be a repetitive activity. You're not going to do it once, right?
Right.
You need automation in place. So what we're planning to do is make the APIs of our product available, so that in the backend we'll be able to set up the system so that it automates it. So
Understood.
this will, that will be a more comprehensive solution for most use cases.
Got it. Got it.
Madhura, please talk about prices, I think somebody asked about the price of the product. So would you please answer that?
Yeah, sure, sure. So, yeah, time for reveal. So, we have all ensured that we have prices such that it is comfortable for most categories. So, first of all, you can try PDF query for free without even having to give any card details. You can just start using PDF query for free. That is one price point. Then to cater to more extensive use cases, we have a paid plan, and it costs about $15 per month. But we are currently having a limited time deal wherein for a lifetime you will get $7 per month cost, and you get access to the current features and the upcoming new exciting features that we are offering. You will not be charged additional. The lifetime deal offers you at $7 per month. And then we are also coming up with the an extensive enterprise plan as well, wherein larger teams and larger members can use it, and for that the price point will be $20 per month.
Very nice. All right. So before we call it a day, so we have got a follow up question from Vandana. So maybe I'll just request if you could take a look and see if you can answer it at this forum. So she says that she's particularly interested in the sentiment analysis that PDF query is able to achieve, which means that she's talking about contextually how that particular answers are actually coming out from this tool, right? So now there is subjectivity which is associated with it. So how do you ensure that the tool is essentially giving out a result which will be relevant for the people who are going to be asking that question? And specifically, I mean, it makes a lot of sense for the legal folks because the devil lies in the detail for the legal the function. Thank you, Vandana, for the question. This is a very interesting question. I don't know
Sarika,
who.
would you?
Shall I take the question?
Yeah,
Sure,
Sarika,
sure.
would you like to take it?
Vandana, it's a very simple one. Just ask it on what basis it came up with that sentiment. Just ask it to review additional details, and it will like tell you the exact statements that it picked up from the document based on which it arrived at that conclusion. So if it's subjective, it will actually have to defend on what basis it has come up with that sentiment. So it's just ask it a question like you would a colleague.
So to understand this clearly, you have made it a point that after an answer is given, if someone were to go back and want to check on what basis that answer has come out, so there is a mechanism to go ahead and see which are the lines which were picked up and basis which that
Yes,
answer
you can.
was given. Okay.
Yes, you can continue the conversation and keep asking follow-up questions on what you previously asked.
Sure, sure, sure. Well, I don't see further questions coming in, and I know that we have already had, major question. I mean, major question answer round that we have had. So what I'm going to do is we are going to call it a close at this point of time. I would like to immensely thank you for making this time and showcasing your tech with all of us. This is very interesting tech. I mean, I must, commend you for having built something so very interesting. And, we hope that a lot of lawyers as well as a lot of people in our community find a great use of this tool. And we also heard that you have a free version where people can just go ahead and try it out. So that's double good news for all of us. So I am going to encourage all the people who are listening in or are going to listen to this to go ahead and start using it and see how this particular tool fares. So with this, I'm going to bid you good night. It was fantastic talking to you, and we could of course sense the amount of pride that you have taken in building such kind of an incredible tool. We would look forward to all the developments that you do on PDF query. And of course, I mean, this forum is open for you to come again and speak when you have made substantial strides onto further aspects that you have built in. So thank you very much. I really appreciate your time, and for all our viewers, thank you very much for joining in. I hope you have found a new tool to work with in the legal tech space, and all of our lives are going to get a little bit more easier than how it was yesterday. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vishwarup. Thank you, Devashi, and thank you everyone for joining us. We look forward to helping you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for your time.